A home blown right off its foundation, that's not supposed to happen when we have the kinds of lesser tornadoes we've seen this year. But a News 4 I-Team investigation found it is happening in the mid-state, even to homes built to code. What Chief Investigative Reporter Jeremy Finley uncovered has storm experts questioning whether our homes are being built strong enough.
We want you to take this so seriously.
Not long after Lisa Spencer predicted it,
this is where we're seeing that rotation.
the National Weather Service moved in, documenting the strength of the tornado, quickly realizing something was wrong about the Christiana house where Angie Walker was killed.
The house lifts off the foundation and flips.
You feel that this house shouldn't have flipped?
You still have trees around in the backyard. This wasn't anything more than 125, 135 miles per hour.
So this shouldn't have happened to this house?
Well, in theory, it should not have.
It's a theory based on a scale used by meteorologists to determine the strength of tornadoes. 5 is the strongest, 0 is the weakest. It's all based on the damage surveyed at the scene. The National Weather Service determined the tornado that hit Christiana was just a 2. It should have just blown off roofs and snapped large trees. Not do this type of damage. Watch. This simulation shows it takes wind speeds of 115 miles per hour to force a home off its foundation. But a News 4 I-Team investigation found homes in Tennessee are required to only be built to withstand winds of up to 90 miles per hour. Look at this home from a lesser tornado in Clarksville. You can see it was forced off its foundation, but look what withstood: the trees in the very front of the house. You've got trees standing
Right.
really close to a house that was completely devastated.
Right.
That didn't add up to you.
No, that definitely did not.
We think that the codes to build houses to should be much higher.
Susan Millerick is a national expert on homes built to withstand high winds. Are the homes in Middle Tennessee in greater danger of falling in even these lesser tornadoes?
It's not so much, Jeremy, that we're not building properly. We believe we can build much stronger, but we're also building ourselves into riskier places.
Riskier, highlighted by this study, released just last month by the journal Climate and Atmospheric Science. The areas in red and orange are where tornadoes are increasing, with Middle Tennessee right on the edge. Experts say not a question of if this will happen to more Tennessee homes, but when. Jeremy Finley, News 4 I-Team.
Medic 21 Midland Road in reference to tornado hit a house.
Knowing the tornado that flipped his home, killing his wife Angie,
that residence is completely destroyed.
was deemed an EF2 tornado, one of the weaker kinds, left Scott Walker with a nagging thought.
I started questioning, what if something wasn't right about this house?
A question that got the News 4 I-Team digging. And we found maps and data of homes in Middle Tennessee that prompted this kind of reaction from a structural engineer.
I think the people in the homes have a false sense of security.
Our investigation began with Walker's home. He's suing his builder, saying that home wasn't properly anchored to the foundation. But Walker's home was inspected and approved by local codes. With that in mind, take a look at what we've uncovered. The International Code Council, that recommends standards for construction across the country, relies on experts to determine what kinds of wind speeds our homes are at risk of experiencing. In 2018, they deemed Tennessee homes should be built to withstand winds of 110 miles per hour. But look at this. The state fire marshal has only adopted the ICC standards from 9 years ago, requiring homes to withstand speeds of only 90 miles per hour. Are we behind then in what the experts are saying our homes should be built to? Our investigation also found this. 38 counties across Tennessee have opted out of requiring the state's minimum standards for codes, meaning no codes department or inspections are required to make sure homes can withstand wind speeds. Now look at this. Here's where the counties are that opted out in western and middle Tennessee. And this is a map from a 2018 study of tornadic activity in Tennessee from the past 38 years. Where the tornadoes are showing up in red and orange are right among our western counties not requiring inspections. When you hear that they have opted out of these building codes, does that make you worry? If even a small-scale tornado went through your county, how do we know that the houses would be able to withstand that? Chris Jackson is a county commissioner in Lawrence County that opted out of the state's minimum codes.
It came down to local control. Once you institute codes, there was a fear that they would be creeping. They never really get any more lenient.
But if there are no codes and inspections, how does anyone know if homes are being built strong enough?
That's a question that we're going to have to answer going forward because we have experienced population growth.
After what he's been through, this is what Scott Walker thinks about building a home without codes or inspections. Jeremy Findlay for the News 4 I Team.